May it be an evening star shines down upon you. May it be when darkness falls your heart.
Welcome students and staff to Fort Saskatchewan High School's Remembrance Day ceremony. First, we would like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory, a traditional meeting grounds, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Métis, Dene, and Nakota Sioux. We acknowledge all the many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. During today's ceremony, we ask that you remain respectful and quiet.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for this special day of remembrance. My name is Colin Clipsham. Please rise for our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Canadians contributed in many ways to our country's great efforts in the First World War. The struggle involved virtually the whole country and made enormous demands on the Canadian people, whether they were involved in the actual fighting or remained on the home front to work in industry or farming to support the war effort. By remembering veterans' service and sacrifice, we recognize the tradition of freedom they fought to preserve. Our veterans are everyday Canadians who became heroes by standing up for what we as a nation believe in: peace, freedom, and justice. Veterans, Canadian Forces members, and those who have given their lives in the pursuit of peace have made great contributions to our country and the world. The peaceful society we in Canada enjoy today is only a dream to the many people in the world who live in countries torn apart by violence. This peace is possible only because it has been protected by efforts and sacrifices of generations of Canadians over the years who have put their lives on the line.
For me, I would say it's an obligation to remember my friends who passed.
When I got back from Afghanistan, Remembrance Day was really hard for me.
I always think back to the guys that I went to school with that aren't with us anymore.
My squadron lost 83 bombers. 8 or 9 boys never plane.
To keep their memories ready, to keep their memories alive, to keep their memories with us, we have to remember them.
Knowing the sacrifices that some of my soldiers have made, the ultimate sacrifice in some cases. Remembrance Day it brings it all together for us.
Remembrance Day for me is probably the most important day of the year.
Many things. Everything.
When I went to Afghanistan, going out the gate the first time, I was like, this is it.
Our death toll for the police was around 70 to 100 police officers a month.
They're gone. And I'm here. One of the lucky ones.
I rushed in to pick him up, and I stepped on a lead mine and I went up.
These 5 Afghan women had walked by. They unveiled their faces and they walked by and they waved. Them doing that really showed us that we were doing our job and that they didn't have any fear of the Taliban.
Whenever I see young people, I educate them, show them what is the importance of being in services.
In Remembrance Day, we pay tribute to those who stepped up and did what needed to be done.
I think the young folks of today have got to realize that it's not about warmongering, it's not about, anything like that. It's the fact that, there are so many people in the world that are helpless, that need protection.
Give a little thanks, to celebrate them, and to feel for whatever hardships they've gone through, basically because they've done it for these young people so that they could live.
It has to be told on the emotional side so that they understand that there was a reason for it. The reason for it was is basically to protect our families and our country.
I'm really honored when the kids come out and want to shake my hand and say thank you for what you did.
Remembrance Day is about remembering those who signed up and essentially wrote a check to say, I'm giving you everything.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row. The mock-up place and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow. Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our call with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye bake faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
We must remember, if we do not, the sacrifices of our Canadian soldiers will be meaningless. They died for us, for their homes and families and friends, for a collection of traditions they cherished and a future they believed in. They died for Canada. The meaning of their sacrifice rests with our collective national consciousness. Our future is their moment. Thank you for joining us this morning.